Okay, so this is what I came up with. It's basically like an infinite scroller. Let me start. So as you can see, whenever the frog jumps, it basically plays the jumping sound. And then if it hits one of the obstacles, the game ends and it plays like the death animation. There's a parallax background that moves to give the illusion the frog moving fast and faster. There's also a separate jumping animation with jumping and you might notice that, let me refresh the page. In the beginning, before anything happens, there's nothing on the screen and the frog is in the idle animation. Only when the game does it start running. There's also a score bar in the top right, which increments, and as the difficulty increases, more frogs spawn in clusters and it goes faster. Alright. So I'm going to walk through the code a little bit. First off, we have the main script, which basically makes sure that the game is in whatever state that it needs to be in. So it'll reset the game when you press the spacebar after you die, and also at the beginning. You have the process function, which is called every frame, and it basically checks to see if the game has started, and if it has, it will increment the speed and then move the player and the camera so that it's constantly moving to the right. It'll change the difficulty and generate obstacles, as well as updating the score. If the game hasn't started, then it's just looking for that spacebar input. So yeah, it's a basic overview of the main function, and then the player function is mostly dealing with the animations and the jumping. So every time you press space, if it's on the floor, then it will jump and play the jumping sound. And the player is always under the influence of gravity, as you can see here. And then each animation gets played when the appropriate action occurs. So like if we're at the start of the game and the game hasn't started yet, then we're in the idle animation. If the frog died, then we're in the dying animation. If it's running, then run, jump, then jump. And at the end, it'll stop the dying animation on the last frame. So yeah, that's all my code.